Hello, and a quiet welcome back to the Dusty Codex. Today, we journey into a story so intimate, so vast, and so scientifically precise that it challenges our very understanding of ancient history. We're talking about a family road trip, but one that spanned 1,500 kilometers and over 300 years. We are always curious to know where our stories are traveling to and where your corner of the world is. Please, take a moment to let us know in the comments where you are watching from today. Our journey begins not with a grand empire or a heroic battle, but in a quiet corner of modern-day France. Here, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery, a Neolithic burial site containing human remains from around 8,000 years ago. These were some of the earliest farmers in Western Europe, people who had recently adopted agriculture. Among these ancient bones, scientists found something truly extraordinary. Using the cutting-edge science of paleogenetics, they were able to extract and analyze ancient DNA. What they found was a specific Y chromosome haplogroup, so rare, so ancient, that it was believed to be extinct in the region. It was a genetic whisper from a distant past, a unique male lineage known as I2AM284. This specific genetic marker, passed directly from father to son, would become the key to unlocking an intimate, multi-generational family story. It belonged to a single, extended family line. By meticulously tracing this precise genetic marker through dozens of other ancient burial sites across Western Europe, a dedicated team of geneticists and archaeologists were able to reconstruct an incredible journey. They had discovered the 1,500-kilometer, 300-year migration of a single family line, whom they affectionately dubbed the Yemech clan. Over many generations, this clan migrated from western France, across the formidable Pyrenees mountains, and deep into the Iberian peninsula. It was an intimate, compelling, and deeply human story of survival, hope, and an ancient road trip, written in the indelible code of their DNA. To understand the Yemech clan's journey, we must first understand their world. 8 millennia ago, Europe was undergoing a profound transformation, the Neolithic revolution. For thousands of years, humans had been hunter-gatherers, but now, a new way of life, agriculture, was slowly spreading from the Near East. This transition wasn't a sudden event, but a slow, often difficult adoption. Hunter-gatherers had roamed vast territories, but farming tied people to the land. It brought new challenges, new technologies, and, crucially, a new connection to specific places. The ancestors of the Yemech clan were among these early farmers in western France. They had likely learned the techniques of cultivation and animal husbandry, traded for seeds, or perhaps even intermarried with groups migrating westward from Central Europe. Their initial burial site, the one where the rare Y chromosome was first identified, suggests a stable, settled community, at least for a time. But the call of the unknown, the search for new lands, or perhaps pressure from other groups, would eventually compel them to move. The discovery of the I2AM284 haplogroup in a few individuals from the initial French site was just the beginning. The real detective work began when researchers started comparing this unique genetic signature to data from other ancient DNA samples across Europe. Over years, as more and more ancient burial sites were excavated and their DNA analyzed, a pattern began to emerge. The I2AM284 haplogroup, this rare genetic thread, wasn't just in France. It started appearing further south, then east, then south again. This Y chromosome, passed down exclusively from father to son, acted like a perfect breadcrumb trail. It allowed scientists to trace a direct male lineage, providing an astonishingly precise map of one family's journey over centuries. The scientists affectionately named them the Yemech clan, a playful nod to the scientific shorthand for Y chromosome and the ancient migration. It wasn't just a population movement. It was a series of personal decisions, generation after generation, pushing ever southward. The initial phase of their journey took the Yemech clan from their ancestral lands in western France, heading southeast. What compelled them to move? Perhaps dwindling resources, pressure from other migrating groups, or simply the allure of new, fertile lands. This was not a rapid march. This was a multi-generational road trip. Each leg of the journey might have lasted years, with the clan settling for a decade or two, cultivating land, having children, and then, as the next generation reached adulthood, moving on again. As they moved southeast, the landscape slowly changed. The rolling plains gave way to foothills, and then, looming in the distance, the formidable barrier of the Pyrenees mountains. This was the true test, the natural border between ancient France and the Iberian Peninsula. Crossing the Pyrenees was no small feat for a Neolithic family. These aren't just mountains. They are a rugged, often impassable wall of rock and ice, even in summer. Finding safe passes, navigating treacherous terrain, and surviving harsh weather would have been immense challenges. This part of the journey, often spanning generations, would have forged the clan's identity. They would have relied on accumulated knowledge, passed down from elders, where to find water, which berries were safe, how to shelter from sudden storms. But eventually, they would have made it. After perhaps decades spent in the mountain foothills, they would have finally crossed the passes, emerging into the warmer, sun-drenched valleys of what is now northern Spain. A new chapter of their long road trip had begun. Now, in the Iberian Peninsula, the Yemech clan began to spread out. They would have continued their slow, steady pattern of settlement, farming, and then moving on. The genetics show they pushed deeper into the peninsula, settling new territories. This period would have seen generations born and die along the path of their migration. Each birth, each new family, solidified their presence in the new land, weaving their genetic thread into the tapestry of the Iberian population. They weren't just moving, they were integrating. They would have learned from indigenous hunter-gatherer groups, adopted new agricultural practices suitable for the local climate, and shared their own knowledge of farming and tool-making. What makes the story of the Yemech clan so profound is its intimacy. This isn't just about the movement of entire populations, a cold demographic shift. This is about families. It's about parents carrying their infants, children learning to walk on dusty paths, teenagers falling in love in new settlements, and elders sharing stories of the lands they left behind. It's about a relentless, quiet determination to survive and thrive. If these deeply human stories, etched into the very fabric of our past, are what you seek, I invite you to subscribe to the Dusty Codex. Your support allows us to continue bringing these astonishing narratives to life. Imagine the stories passed down around campfires over those 300 years, tales of the vast forests of France, the terrifying grandeur of the Pyrenees, the first glimpse of the sunny plains of Iberia. Each generation building on the experiences of the last. 300 years is roughly 12 to 15 generations. That means great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren would have completed the journey started by their distant ancestors. They walked unknowingly in the footsteps of their forebears. Today, the I2AM284 haplogroup, while still rare, is found in modern populations, particularly in parts of Spain. The descendants of the Yemech clan still walk the earth, carrying within their cells an 8,000-year-old echo of their ancestors' epic road trip. This scientific discovery gives us an incredibly personal window into the vast movements of people during the Neolithic era. It transforms abstract theories of migration into a tangible, relatable, and deeply human story. It reminds us that behind every genetic marker, every archaeological dig, are the lives of real people, with hopes, fears, and an unyielding drive to find a better future for their families. The Yemech clan's journey is a powerful testament to the incredible resilience and migratory spirit of our ancient ancestors. They built a legacy, not of stone monuments or written scrolls, but of footsteps and DNA. Their story, once hidden within ancient bones, now speaks across millennia, a whispered testament to the enduring power of family, migration, and the silent, persistent journey of humanity itself.